So let's even start with the definition of Japa. Japa means, to go for greener pastures. You're going to another country, go abroad. More particularly, you're going abroad. Another way of saying it is run away from your country. But let's not use that kind of derogatory term. We might say you're looking for greener pastures. You get what I'm saying? Abroad or in a Western country or whatever it is.
All right, guys. So welcome again or welcome back. I'll say.
That's how we roll.
Yes. So we're going to talk about a very special, a very interesting topic rather. This one is for our Nigerian people out there mainly. I mean, wherever you are, if you can relate to it, then fine. All right. So it's like we came across a thread on Twitter about certain things people do, for the purpose of Japa. Certain things people are condoning, not really like they do, they condone for the purpose of Japa and the desire of securing a future. Like remaining in an abusive relationship, hookup, debts, interracial marriage, finding a rich guy or girl, partners telling their spouse to get an extra person. I mean, a lot of crazy things. So this leads us to the question that, how far can you go, for the sake of Japa, or how much can you sacrifice in your relationship for the sake of Japa? What are the things you should do and you shouldn't do for Japa? This is a very
it's a tough one.
Very nice one, because at least for Nigerian people, everybody wants to Japa.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to Japa. The situation, things are not easy.
Yeah.
So everybody is looking for a way to go out.
That's right.
For greener pastures. Anywhere else, I mean, could be Asia, Europe, other African countries, America, South America, everybody wants to Japa. So for me personally, so that it's not like I'm proud or anything, but there are some things I can do, like it's a no-no.
Okay.
It's a no-no. I mean, I probably, because of my upbringing, the way my parents, taught me and brought me up to think. And me personally, I'm just like, it's crazy, because a lot of things people do has given Nigeria a very, very bad name abroad.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like the one of interracial marriages. You marry Oyinbo, you marry another person, you go to their country, get citizenship, then after like 5-6 years, even 5, it's too much. Once the papers are settled and all, 1 or 2 years after,
I'm so embarrassed when I see people doing such a thing.
Yeah, it's demeaning.
So the funny thing is, sorry to cut you short. There are two sides that I see to this thing. Now, sometimes I don't want to start throwing the stone at someone.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I understand that desperation. That doesn't validate the process that it takes.
Yes.
I understand we all have that desperation, wanting to go to greener pasture. Just a disclaimer first, as fast as this might relate to the Niger community, do you understand what I'm saying? Or because both of us are Nigerians, both of us are the ones on the show today, so we can do it our own way, compared to when we have people, diverse nations as well. But this is so relative to other nations as well.
True, very true.
We've got Asian friends as well who are living in their countries to, go for greener pasture somewhere else. We have people who have gone and are coming back into their country. So, but this particular one is, quite specific to the Niger community. You know what I'm saying? But then, like I was saying, I understand people's desperation to find a greener pasture, but do it the legal way.
Don't put other people, especially for me, this relationship one is a very big thing, because sincerely in your heart that you don't really care about that person, and the person wanting you, the person is probably out of desperation or lack of finding a partner that they even picked you most time, because most of the time either the person, they're always older, those females are always older sometimes, so they prey on those people's
it's like
weaknesses,
like taking advantage of it.
They're taking advantage of, which is not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay now. Like,
it doesn't make sense at all. So
because the thing is, like, you need to understand, whatever you do, you are representing the nation.
Yeah, that's right.
Representing the nation. So now when people say they want to do it the legal way, they'll just have problem. The stereotype is there, and it's not going away, because all these things still continue. And when you are living, People even tell you sometimes, give woman belly. If you give woman belly, then you stay. That's rubbish.
I think so. You know this thing, yeah. As much as we all want to Japa, so let's even start with the definition of Japa. Japa means, to go for greener pastures. You're going to another country to go abroad. More particularly, you're going abroad. I mean, people. Another way of saying it is run away from your country. But let's not use that kind of derogatory term. We might say you're looking for greener pastures. You get what I'm saying? Abroad or in a Western country or whatever it is, wherever it is you find yourself. I mean, you could even Japa to another African country.
Yes, now there are a lot of that. As long as you are leaving your country for the purpose of having a better opportunity.
Yeah. So, but then there are different experiences people have had. Like I said, people are desperate. However, it doesn't validate those creepy structures, or let's say creepy process. So, for example, you see people who, that's like even the worst situation of saying someone who is already engaged, or let's say married, but then one of the partners is saying, hook up with this other person, go with this person, so we know that when you get there after some years you can bring me. And I'm like, it doesn't make. I'm like, I'm so livid, man, bro. It doesn't make sense at all. I mean, that desperation can lead people to go that far, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all.
It's wrong because
I mean, I don't deny the fact that we all want to get to a better place, but do it well and plan. Let's break it down to the situation of, a lot of people are going to study abroad now with the option that maybe they might find a future there. That's a good route.
That is okay. That's what people should do.
But there's a challenge to that, man. So this is the problem I have with that. We all want to travel abroad, but it seems like a lot of us are not planning.
Yes.
I mean, it's a mistake that I once made as well. But when I realized that, I started planning immediately. So, for example, I see people going to the UK now. I mean, we can see a lot of people going to the UK now. It's a very good thing to go to the UK now. I mean, people have got the opportunity to work. You can't be like right here in China. I mean, it's not the same. But in a place where, like the UK, you can work. You know what I'm saying? However, one thing I still do not understand, that people are expecting that when they start working for maybe like that 20 hours, 30 hours probably, the money you make,
you are making sweet money.
I'm like,
they forget bills, they forget all those things.
how much are they going to be paying you per hour? You're working part-time. It's not full-time because you're still a student.
And especially if you have to add to,
you get what I'm saying?
Pay your fees.
I mean, it's a good way to enter, but then if you're expecting that money you're making from that part-time is going to pay your tuition, because a lot of people are beginning to go into loans now. People are getting loans, people are going into debt, thinking, man, let's wise up, man.
Yeah, true.
That part,
people don't plan. Like, let's say you're at home now. Someone from let's just say one country, just say, come, opportunity is here, and you just start processing your visa, you just go without thinking. The opportunity there is the opportunity that you need. Or the opportunity, can you handle the situation? Like, you need to think a lot. The money you're going to spend doing your passport, doing the visa, is it worth it when you get there?
Is it worth it?
You say you want to do school, fine, you get scholarship and all, but look at it. What is the living condition? There are a lot of things to consider. The living condition, the opportunities after, even the type of scholarship. There are some scholarships that once you take, you have to go back home.
You have to go back, that's right.
So the type of scholarship, the living condition, the opportunities of job out there, just a lot of things. It might not be fit for you particularly. Not because other people go there and there are a lot of foreigners, expats there, and it's okay. It does not mean it is okay for you in context. So that planning is, like, I agree with you, planning is important.
So I think it's also important that people understand that you might be in your country and it's heaven, and then you are in overseas and it's hell.
Yes.
So people have to think about that as well. Think about
weigh
those options,
True.
So even back to the situation of marriage, for example, one of the things I would not necessarily do is hooking up with someone, let's say, or because I just want to. So, for example, you just want to go because you want to go as a dependent with someone. If you go as a dependent with someone, don't forget that you're gonna be you guys are entangled. You're married. You're legally married.
Yeah.
So don't think divorce is gonna come to you. I mean, it's just gonna come on a platter of gold.
Even if you divorce, all the money that you have saved,
you get what I'm saying?
you're going to pay lawyer.
But people now need to start understanding. I mean, for me personally, I'm not gonna do that because I understand the fact that maybe I love the person is my babe. I could go with the person as a dependent. That's my baby. And this is someone I really like. You know what I'm saying? But in a situation where because I just want to use this as an opportunity,
It's not.
I'm hooking up. Do you get what I'm saying? Excuse me. I'm just hooking up.
I agree with you. Me, I would not go into a relationship with a foreigner just for the purpose of getting passport. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. If I'm going with you, I've already thought, I've looked, and I see that there are opportunities that will fit me, and it's better than where I am. Because it's not leaving your country from that country is not necessarily always the best decision. You check if the opportunities at home, stay. It's always easier in your country than anywhere else.
Yeah.
But then if you see, okay, there are not so many opportunities here, consider the options first. And that thing a lot of Nigeria people do is there's this stereotype, oh, this 1, 2, 3 countries, they are good. So they just think it will always be good.
Exactly.
Times have changed. 10 years ago is not now. Now is not 20 years later. It's not 50 years ago. So situations have changed. Just because people have gone there a lot and it was good does not mean it is still good now. The laws might have changed. And there are a lot of other countries that are good too.
That's what I was going to say.
So sometimes
countries there that people are not paying
attention. I tell my friends, I have currently, I have quite some number of friends
everybody wants to go to
Canada,
US,
yes. So I have a few friends that are looking, okay, this one's thinking, Canada was like, oh, my auntie said maybe Canada is good. This one said, oh, UK, this one. I'm like, wait first. Think, you have Asia, you have Europe. Europe is big.
That's right.
You have
America,
you have South America.
Yeah, that's right.
You have other African countries.
That's right.
You have Ghana, you have Nairobi.
Right. That's right.
Nairobi is capital of Abi. Kenya.
Kenya, yeah.
You have Kenya. You have other places. You have South Africa. You have other places.
Right.
Don't just focus on Canada, on UK, on America, or Russia, or Ukraine. There are a lot of other places like that have developed. I mean, from the past 30 years to now,
they're open to foreigners as well.
More open, more opportunities with less, maybe less people from your country, which gives you, because as an expat, I mean, us being in a foreign country, there are some benefits you have being from a particular race, if there are few people from that race. Yeah. Because let's say we come now.
Less competition, yeah?
Yeah, maybe I can speak Yoruba. If we are like 500 Yoruba people that can speak Yoruba, if there's an opportunity just because you can speak Yoruba, the competition is tough. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah. Or if there are other opportunities I will get because I'm from Nigeria. But if there are a lot of Nigerians, you start striving hard. It's just like you are back home. They have just changed the location.
But that's even the problem. Yeah? I see a lot of people leave in Nigeria, yeah, or let's say people leave their countries, and I mean, I understand the fact that we want to get associated with people. You know, we want to still find ourselves in the same society and community. But I think it doesn't really help.
It doesn't necessarily
if you're leaving your country to another country, you have to find a way of having a rapport with people who are locals.
The thing is, it's the feeling, the fear of you're starting again alone with nobody around. That's why that's what keeps people in their comfort zone all the time. I'm used to this place. Even myself, I was thinking as I'm thinking, okay, what I want to do, I'm thinking, I'm already used to here. Going to this place now, I'm like, to start again, will I meet friends, with this. So when you know that there are a lot of Nigerians, you know that it's easy to rapport first because they are Nigerians first. You quickly rapport before going about. So I think that's one reason why. And another thing is maybe because people are thinking, okay, if my countrymen have gone to this place, even though it will be hard, I know that it will work out well because if they are still working out well, if things are still working out well for them, it will work out well for me. So some people are not really willing to test the waters in new area. They don't want to be the first one there to see whether it will work or it won't work.
Yeah, well, in addition now, I think just like what you were saying, trying waters and stuff. One thing I feel people need to as well understand is the fact that countries with, I mean, this I think there might have been a research on this, and it's the fact that countries with larger opportunities are difficult to enter.
Yes, yes, yes.
But countries with stifled opportunities or less opportunities are easy to go inside.
True, true.
So that's why people need to really evaluate their options. If you're going into a country that probably is easy to enter, just know that the opportunities might be a bit slim. But then if you're going into a country where, let's say, the opportunities are, it would be really difficult to go into those countries.
But the thing is, you don't just have to take, like, you are going to a country, you don't have to take a direct flight. You can take their different route. So even though your end goal is this particular country because of the opportunities there, you might say, let me go here first, because once you leave your home country, it's easier for you to go about. You've already left. You've already broken that barrier. You've already gone out of your comfort zone. You are out now. You meet other people. Your understanding changes because you are like, the way you view the world now is different. And then as you are there, it will help you make a better decision. Maybe you realize later on that this place I initially wanted to go right now is not the best. So based on your understanding, you've met other people from other countries, you realize that there's a lot more than I realized. So it's not always, okay, I want to go here, I want to go. You want to go, okay, go here first. It's cheaper to go here, it's easier to go here. You might get admission, you might get scholarship, or you might get work with nice pay. It might not be all that big, but you can live well if you plan yourself, you save. In the meantime, you are thinking, where do I go next? Where do I go? Finally, you find someone that you want to settle in, and then it might even be easier to go to where you want to from this other place than it is from your direct destination. So these are some of the things, and a lot of people back home, a lot of people having not left, they're not saying anything. I remember when I was living like that, all those my guys in school, they'll be like, Shele. I'm like, you don't know what you are saying now. You know, I have not left. Yeah, just, if I should follow them now, I will just go and cause problem for myself.
You know, as much as I like this Japa factor, so that we can also as well bring it back to the particular question, the main question. One of the things I feel still rattles me is being in an abusive relationship. Because now, okay, let's put it this way, yeah. And one of the reasons where people, I've seen that one of the reasons why people are still single at the moment. Some people, from our own region, is the fact that people do not necessarily consider the place of love as the major thing now, or all of those attachments or necessities in relationship. People are now looking at what we call Japa compatibility. So now, before people would go into relationship, they're beginning to consider, okay, if I'm going to go into a relationship with this person, or if I'm going to start a life with this person, what are the opportunities available for me to Japa? What are the possibilities to Japa? That's the Japa compatibility. I'm going to meet this person, are we going to Japa? If the person is not planning to Japa, are you ready for this thing?
All the best.
Do you get what I'm saying? All the best to you, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
I
then,
understand.
I've now seen people remaining in abusive relationship. Why? Because they feel, okay, this guy has got money, this guy is probably leaving the country, is moving to a better country. But then this man is abusive, or this woman is abusive, and people are remaining in this relationship. You know, sometimes I know people are desperate. I know the circumstances of life. Life happens to people. But I think it's important that people seek for help. Because I don't see myself being in an abusive relationship just because I want to Japa per se.
Because the thing is, once you Japa, it's going to take years to build up yourself to break off the attachment from that person. So you're going to be there, and the thing is that being in an abusive relationship, it's
demoralizing.
It demoralizes you. Right. So it's going to affect your performance, even in the work you're doing, in your relationship, in everything. That abusive relationship is going to hinder opportunities. Like let's assume maybe it's a controlling woman now. You are trying to talk to someone, she comes, don't talk to this person. Those opportunities, they'll be like, don't disturb me. Or if it's a man that abuses the woman, he can get arrested. He can get deported. Or people are going to see, even though let's say they don't arrest him, but people are going to see, why would you treat your woman like that? I can't associate with you. Right. Opportunity has below. So people don't think, people are shallow-minded all the time. They're just, the idea of living is just, I want to live. do this. Okay, they just do. They don't think through. So that's the thing. Maybe me personally, I always try and think. I'm like, is this thing worth it? Just I will try and weigh. I mean, I know it's hard. It's hard for everybody everywhere. But you need to. You can't just say because it's hard, you just go and do anything.
I mean,
being in a abusive relationship, you're married, getting another spouse, or all those things.
All those things don't, man. But man, I mean, as much as we understand that people are going through difficult situations in life, and people really want to go to a better space of, you know, secure a future for themselves. But I would say, from my own opinion, it's better that we as humans, whatever the situation is, please think through.
Yeah.
Seek for help if you need to seek for help. Plan your situations well. Plan your travel options. Plan them well.
Yeah.
Think about the options.
Go online.
Check. Go researching. Don't just say because people are going to these places or people are doing this thing. In fact, that is working for someone would not necessarily make it work for you. So think well, man. Don't just dabble into rivers without planning and just setting up yourself for failure even from the onset. Yeah. So just think well about it, man.
That's the thing. If people think a lot, if people think deep most of the time, they will be able to make better decisions. You guys should like say in the comments what are some experiences, like for those of you who have had to go abroad, what are some things you've done, what are some things people told you to do, or stories you've heard of like crazy situations, crazy things people have done all in the name of.
You can as well drop your comments
on what you think
on the things you feel like people should not do. I mean, from your own experiences as well, mistakes you made and what you feel people should not do. Do you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we learn from people. Most times we learn from people.
We learn a lot from people.
We don't have to go through those problems. Yeah, I mean, this life is made for we all as humans, as people, so we can learn from other people's mistakes.
True.
So remember, please do share, comment, and subscribe as well. Please subscribe, make this family grow, man. And definitely we're gonna be seeing you on the next episode.